Ready? Oh. Hi guys, this is Sanya Dhingra and we're here today with Mr. Randeep Sarai, who is the MP for our Surrey
Center
in Ottawa and who represents us. Let's talk to him. So Mr. Randeep Sarai, could you please tell us something about yourself and what you do as the MP?
Sure. So as an MP, I'm your representative for Surrey Centre. So I listen to my constituents on their issues and their concerns and the matters, the things that matter to them most. And my goal is to take those in Ottawa and get them addressed, whether they're at different ministers' levels, at committees, in Parliament, or whether they're individual matters with various departments. I try to get those addressed. And so my role there is also, I'm on the Citizenship and Immigration Committee, so we deal with immigration matters, any policy changes, study programs being implemented. I also am on the Public Accounts Committee, so I check how the government and the Chief Auditor, what his analysis of every department is, and we look through those reports where the government is doing better, where they can do better or not doing well enough. And then back home, when I'm in the riding, I listen to people like yourself and others who have issues, whether they're for social services, whether they're pension issues, immigration issues, community issues, transportation issues, and I try to address those as best as I can.
Please also tell us something about, you mentioned that when you're back home, what your hobbies and your interests are, when you get the time out of your busy, hectic schedule, working in the long hours just to protect us.
Sure. So I love traveling. So I like traveling, I like running, and I love doing yoga, and meditation. So whenever I get a chance, I try. All three are very important to me, and I try to fit those into my schedule. They kind of calm me down and keep me going, keep me happy. And so, and I think in a busy world that we all live in, you need to do these things. Otherwise, we get no off time. Our devices are on us at all times. People sleep with their devices now. So there's a communication or information overload, and we need to kind of calm it down. And that's where, yoga, meditation, even running as a type of meditation gets you refreshed, recharged, calm down. Your brain gets to relax a little bit. And traveling does a little bit of the same too. You get to explore places and shut your phone down and your communication, and then it works well.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
I'm doing this paper I'm taking Law 12 in school, so I'm doing a paper in school, and it's about, should protesting be considered criminal? What are your viewpoints on this?
No, not at all. I think protesting is a very important part of our democratic process and being a citizen of a country. A lot of things we learn from protests. So, I think good, civil, honest, sincere protests are healthy. I think the ones that would be criminal is if anybody does property damage or physical damage or amid hatred or anything. Those would be the ones that cross the line. But otherwise, I think protest is a healthy part of democracy. We as politicians learn from the protests. We can see how many people, the momentum is, what the issues are, and we try to address those. It's sometimes the public's only tool to voice their concerns if they haven't been heard in any other means.
So you're definitely right, and Canada is a free country.
You got it, yes.
So that's the best way to do it. And so what's your viewpoint on the global change and the global warming happening in the climate?
Look, it's very real. We see it every day. Temperatures are rising, sea levels are rising, the snow caps are melting down. Weather patterns are changing, so there's no if and or but about it. It's happening, and we have to work hard to curb it. We have to control the greenhouse emissions as best as we can. We have to use alternate fuels. We have to even change our diets, perhaps, so that we eat foods that consume or use less resources of the world as much as possible. So a plant-based diet is better. That's my own opinion. So I think, but if all levels of government and society itself works together, I think we can reach that very easily.
And also lastly,
Sure.
but not least, what's your message for the youth, for the public?
Sure, my message for young people is, look, you should get involved in politics when you're young. politics is not a dirty word. It's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. Get active in life, get active in society. Social activism is very healthy, very good. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So those that are loud, those that are passionate about their issues and can convey their opinions and their thoughts and their ideas in a good way will get addressed. And governments do listen. Good governments will listen to the youth, and if the youth are engaged, their matters will matter to government. But if they're unengaged, if they don't go and vote, they don't share their ideas, they don't bring their policies or their platforms to parties, then the parties will say, hey, that's a disengaged community, we don't need to really look into them. But if they're engaged, just like seniors typically are the most engaged, they're active and they vote, and therefore they get the most attention. But last election we saw the most active youth population ever, and millennials are coming into this next election as the biggest voting bloc ever, and I hope they vote, and they vote strongly, and they give their ideas so that parties listen to them.
Thank you so much, Mr. Randeep Sarai, for all this that you have given us. This is valuable information. Would you like to say anything else before?
No, I just want to say thank you to all the listeners and the viewers out there, and you're doing a great job, and keep up the good work, and this is a great way to get your voices heard.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and this is Sanya Dhingra signing off. Kathak.